What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another video of Moo Trades. If you guys are new to the channel, welcome in. We're about to show you guys some nice price action techniques in day trading so you guys can learn how to day trade using technical analysis. If you're not new to this channel, welcome back. If you guys have been enjoying the content, give me a like, leave me a comment, subscribe, you know the deal. But I did not actually take any trades today, but what I'm going to do is kind of like my other styles of videos. I'm just going to take you guys bar by bar as I'm reading the charts and let you guys know what's going through my mind as if I was trading in real time. So let's just hop right in. On the right side is about 6 a.m. Pacific time, and what I saw was a downtrend. So naturally, I'm going to draw a short-term trend channel. I see a first break, and with the trend lines, trend channels, until there's a new low, we really do not want to look for trades in the opposite direction yet. So I'm still looking for a new low or new test of this extreme. So we had a first entry short, followed by a second entry short opportunity right there. A first entry short is when we have one leg up, followed by a bar that breaks below the one previous to it, which is known as the first entry short. We had another pullback, followed by a nice bearish bar right here where the arrow is. And this would have been a very, very nice trade to go short, and it would have worked out for a 1-point scalp. And just to show you guys how powerful this technique really is, if you just learn that one technique, the second entry long, second entry short, you're going to be a profitable day trader. But as we'll see as the day progresses, this textbook looking entry can have a lot of deviations to it and a lot of factors that you must consider before actually taking this trade. In this case, we're still looking for a new low of this downtrend. We had two clear pullbacks, a very, very nice signal bar, and the only risk might have been that we were not touching the EMA, but when we have such a bearish bar look like that one, we can go short all day. And we had a push above the EMA, followed by some more bearish momentum. And as soon as I see this up and down movement, I just want to draw something that'll show me the congestion going on, because it's really easy to get confused and look for first entries and second entries. But if you have this, you can then really focus on allowing the trend to resume before taking any entries and risking any entries that are not very safe. So we finally had a new low of this downtrend. And as we would expect, we had a reversal attempt. We can extend this little congestion over here. And if we're counting from these lows, we're going one leg up. We have a first entry short because the bar all the way on the right side broke below the one previous to it, followed by a second entry short. Now, we do know that the downtrend is over because we had a break and a new low. We have this mini short-term uptrend, and in uptrends, we always want to look for either second entry longs or failed second entry shorts. And in this case, there was a failed second entry short because we had a new low, we went up, we had a first entry short right here, followed by a second entry short failure with this bullish bar. However, this trade is very risky for a couple of reasons. First of all, it's an engulfing bar, meaning the bar all the way on the right side is engulfing the one to the left of it. So it traded below it and it traded above it, and it closed on its high. But all in one bar, it had more variation in price than the one previous to it. Also, and the reason we look for engulfing bars, it just adds a little more extra risk on top of the fact that we would be going long into the top of this resistance, and we did have a break and a new high of this mini uptrend, so we don't want to be looking for longs just yet, and you would have got burned right there. So now we're looking for a trend to resume, which happens, and we can look for second entry longs. And we get one right here. We have a new high, we have a break, and we still want to test this high because this break isn't entirely convincing just yet, because in reality, the trend could be something like this, and we had a first pullback, first entry long, followed by second pullback, second entry long, nice signal bar touching the EMA. We're expecting to test this high, and it would have worked out. Now that we have a new high of this uptrend, now we really want to be wary and just zoom out to see what kind of day it is. And to me, it looks like the possible formation of a trading range. So I just want to keep that in mind. We're really just in the middle of this overall price action today, and we can see that there's even more congestion coming now. So we just want to be extra careful of any trades. And we do break out. And let's see what happens next. We push below the EMA, we push back up above the EMA, and we're getting really close to these highs. So we want to be careful of any risky trades. There is a second entry long right here, because if we're counting from this new high, we had one leg down, followed by a first entry long, followed by another leg down, followed by a bullish bar at the EMA. But this is another risky trade. Even though it's a second entry long touching the EMA, we had a break in a new high of this initial trend and another break in a new high of this short-term uptrend. We're also going long right into these highs as discussed, so I would skip that trade. I believe, yes, it did work out, but like I stated, it is a little bit risky to be going long right at the highs of the day. And once we start to reverse, then we can maybe adjust our congestion or our overall trading range just to give us a picture of what's really going on today. And we have a very bearish trend. So we just want to draw our trend channel once again. And we're always adjusting it as we see fit. We have a new low here. We have one leg up, a first entry short, followed by a second entry short, but this signal bar is not very bearish enough, so we'd have to skip that trade again. But as we see, we have a break and a new low, and we begin to reverse. We do have a failed second entry short here as well. Counting from this new low, we went up. First entry short, we went up again. Second entry short, failure. However, this trade is another not textbook trade, just because if we zoom in on that bar, it's in the middle of the EMA. It is bullish, but it just seems like a lot of these bars are stacked up, and I would skip that trade until we have a nice trend that resumes. And once we do, we can see that, all right, let's at least jar our uptrend and see what happens. We keep going up, and now we're looking for second entry longs again. But we also have to keep in mind, we are reaching these highs. We broke out, so there might be the potential that we will begin to reverse. With that said, this trend does look strong. So we have our first break. We have a first entry long, followed by a second entry long, potentially right there. But once again, look how many bars are stacked up. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bars stacked up. There's not a lot of room. So we have to wait and be patient for the textbook setup. So let's see if this trade would have worked out. It would have, but like I said, it is risky. We had a break and a new high this uptrend. Now we can potentially look for a reversal setup. And we do see a potential reversal setup right here. We have a new low, first entry short, followed by a second entry short if the next bar breaks below the one with the arrow. And it does happen. And it actually would not have worked out. And let's see why. It looked like a pretty decent trade. We had a new low, first leg up, first entry short, second leg up, second entry short, and this is why we always have to just look at the market context. A reason that this might happen is because if we're looking at this as an entire range, we reached these highs, we went down, and we pushed back up. Because we didn't reach the lows on this bearish move, then it kind of signals to me that, okay, there is more bulls than bears in the market. There is more bullish momentum, so we should be wary of going short. With that said, this trade did look pretty nice to me, but it is right around this resistance area. It kind of does look a little congested, but I honestly wouldn't blame anyone for taking this trade. I wouldn't blame myself for taking the trade, but it happens. There's a reason that these are 99%, not 100% win rate trades, but we just have to learn how to deal with these losses. And we did end up going lower, but it is what it is. And now we can kind of see that we must draw our short-term trend lines just to keep us sane and to know what's really going on. We had a break and a new high, followed by another short downtrend, break, new low, another uptrend, something like that, break, more bearish momentum, and we finally fell out the bottom. And at this point of the day, it just got really choppy and was not very pleasant to trade. Now, what we can see is that we had this strong downtrend, a push up. We're still looking for a new low. We're counting from this high. We went down. We had a first entry long, followed by another push down, followed by a second entry long. Failure if the next bar breaks below that one. And to me, this is a pretty good trade just because in the overall context of the day, we are at these highs. We've been trying to stay at the top of this trading range, but we haven't tested this low just yet. And with this bearish of a bar, a failed second entry long, first entry long, second entry long, failure, it did work out for a nice trade. The rest of the day did get kind of choppy, so that's going to wrap up the video right there. I don't want to get it to be too long, but let's take a look at this trade once again. We had a new low, first entry short, second entry short. Looked good to me, but maybe I did ignore this sort of congestion with all these bars stacked up like we saw here. It worked this time on the uptrend, which makes sense because look at all this bullish momentum. But in this downtrend, maybe I just ignored these bars stacked up and should have been more patient. Then again, we got to take those trades sometimes. Let me know what you guys thought of the video. Appreciate you all for watching. Have a good one.